Hi, I'm Mishti Max and I'm here to share this Get Ready With Me eye makeup for the Megadeth gig. This makeup is inspired by the album artwork of Rust in Peace. So I've used a vibrant deep blue to represent the main background color, some yellow for the logo, and bright green shadows for the glowing alien gem, which I also incorporated into the lip design. So I began by priming my lips with Bepanthen ointment so it has time to sink in. I also primed my eyes with Too Faced Shadow Insurance all around the place and took a snack break and enjoyed my crunchy rice cake. To get this shit started, I brought out my Inglot eyeshadow in number 111R and applied that to my brow bone with the Sigma E39 Buff and Blend brush. Then I took the Sedona Lace 88 matte palette and chose this light yellow shade with the Sigma E25 blending brush to run above my crease as a transition shade. I also took that in the inner crease to help with the blending of the inner corner color later. I tempered that down with the brow highlight to smooth out the base shadows. And after another crunch and removal of some mysterious red eyeshadow of makeup's past, I went for Butter Cupcake from the Sugar Pill Burning Heart palette, and I used the Sigma E32 Exact Blend brush to place that matte yellow shade directly into my crease. I buffed that out with the E25 blending brush and added some of the lighter yellow shade to blend it into my skin tone as well. Then I went into the Makeup Forever Flash palette and scooped out some of the deep blue cream to pat on to the outer 2/3 of my eyelid. I'm smudging it in towards the inner part of the lid using a clean finger to make sure there are no harsh edges while building the cream product up just to my crease line. To go on top of that, I've got Sugar Pill's Helitronic Neon Royal Blue pigment, and to make sure that sparkle sticks, I'm dabbing on some Firene Pixie Epoxy and then using the Sigma E57 Firm Shader brush to press the pigment over the adhesive. Both using the sticky base and not swiping the pigment will reduce fallout and allow maximum glitter particles to adhere to your lid. And I'm smoothing out the edges of the blue towards my inner corner and along my crease. With Acid Berry from the Sugar Pill Heartbreaker palette and the tiny Sigma E36 blending brush, I'm adding some green into the crease, and I will be building up this shade with a few other colors until I get what I'm looking for. I'm doing that because this color went a bit muddy and a little weird over the top of the Helitronic pigment. After working Acid Berry into my crease, I'm going back with the matte yellow Butter Cupcake to make sure that has a good gradient. Next, I'm taking the neon yellow shade from the Sleek Acid palette on the Exact Blend brush, and I'm packing it onto the inner crease and blending out the edge of the primary yellow. Then I'm taking Midori from Sugar Pill on the Sigma E47 Shader Crease brush, and I'm running that pointed brush deep into my crease, transitioning the blue from the lime green shade, and also going back with the Acid Berry on the tiny blending brush to smooth those greens together. On top of all that, I'm taking the neon green also from the Acid palette and brightening up the crease. I want the green eyeshadow to simulate the radioactive glowing alien gem on the album cover, so that's why I'm experimenting and mixing a bunch of colors together. The neon green really improved how the crease was looking, and so did adding more neon yellow on the inner crease. I even went back to Butter Cupcake one more time and added a touch through the upper crease again. I wanted the inner third of the lid to really glow, so I got the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Cottage Cheese and smeared the disgustingly named shimmery white cream all over the tear duct and also the beginning of the lower lash line too. Then I blended that slightly with my finger and also the Sigma E46 Shader Inner Corner brush. Now onwards to the Electric palette, and I took the Eyeshadow Freak on that same brush and packed it solidly over the cream base. I also took that up into the inner crease and then buffed it out with the neon yellow on the tiny fluffy brush, mixing it in there well for a radiant radioactive effect and smoothing out the edges with the blending brushes. I went back to the blue Helitronic pigment to intensify what was lost during all that blending and also merged that into the green on the inner part of the lid. I also added more pigment adhesive to get even more glitter payoff. I grabbed my Inglot Matte Gel Eyeliner in number 76 and used Duraline to make it a more liquid consistency, and I applied that to my waterline with a pointed cotton bud to give a wide-eyed alien appearance, and I tried to scrape it off my lashes as well. I went back to that blue cream base and smeared it along the outer half of my lower lash line with a cotton bud, blending it out as I go and building up the color. I took some more Firene Pixie Epoxy and deposited that along with the lash line, trying to keep it under the lashes, and then I took Helitronic on the tip of that firm eyeshadow brush and pressed it over the sticky base. And I buffed out the edge a bit with the tiny blending brush. Then I took both Sugar Pill Butter Cupcake and the Sleek Neon Yellow on the Exact Blend brush and smoothed that under the blue. Then I took a combination of Acid Berry and the Neon Green with the tiny blending brush to add that to the mix. I joined up the lower lash line to the crease, adding a bit of yellow and buffed the highlight shade around the entire edge to keep everything blurred out. I made sure the Freak eyeshadow overlapped the blue shade, and then I curled my eyelash as well. I decided to represent the bright glow on the inside of the gem with a bit of Revolt eyeshadow, adding that close to the tear duct and making sure it transitioned into Freak. Now I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 liquid eyeliner in Perversion and creating a very thin line just to make the base of my lashes look thicker. I didn't feel like a winged liner for this look. Then I'm applying MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara to my top and bottom lashes. I'm also adding some CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara to the top to really define and thicken up the lashes since I'm not wearing any false ones. I mostly did my normal foundation routine, but I added an alien touch to the skin by mixing MAC's Strobe Cream with the Sugar Pill Pigment in Lumi on the back of my hand, and then I rubbed that all over my face to give a teal glow under the skin. I did my normal brows with Benefit Browsings in Light and continued with my base, applying MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15 on the center of my face to highlight and blended that out with the damp Real Techniques sponge. And I powdered my face with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light using the Real Techniques setting brush and a Sigma large angled brush. I went back to that Duochrome Pigment Lumi from Sugar Pill and applied it with the MAC 116 brush to my cheekbones, forehead, down my nose, Cupid's bow, and also on my chin. I used my finger to get extra pigmentation on strategic points. I really packed it on and also took it in a C shape around my eye makeup. I wanted a seriously alien foreign glow to the skin. Then I went into my brow powder to deepen up the Philtrum groove above the lip, and then used the Real Techniques contour brush to buff that powder along the hollows of my cheeks and into my temples, really contouring heavily for an angular shape to the face. I also applied some powder under my lip and down the sides plus the end of my nose to make it smaller and extra pointy like a grey alien. Next I used yet another Sugar Pill pigment in a different way, taking Charmy on the same MAC blush brush and applying it to the backs of my cheeks and blending it between the contour and highlight. This gives a nice complementary contrast to the cool toned eyeshadows, and I love using Charmy as an everyday blush as well. It's a beautiful pinky peach, and if you use a fluffy brush it doesn't come off too sparkly. I strengthened up that alien highlight, really having fun with it, and to keep all that on for the whole gig, I used Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray to douse my face and keep it in place. Now I cleaned off any product from my lips and primed them with MAC Prep and Prime Lip Base, and as I say, it's a healthy part of every lip. Then I wasn't sure which way to go for the lip, and I checked out some bright coral contrasting shades and even some pink or orange glosses, but I settled on a matching deep blue shade. I lined my lips with Too Faced Anti-Feathering Borderline Pencil for a barrier. I went to my chosen lip shade, Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in Blue Velvet. I first went straight in with the Doe Foot applicator after wiping off the excess product, and then I used the Sedona Lace LB25 lip brush to perfect the outline of my lip shape and keep to my usual pointed Cupid's bow. And the formula of this one is a lot more fluid and not as opaque. You can check out the review and swatch video of all my Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks in the card above. Then I dried the product on my lips with a Lit Cosmetics fan to make sure it was even and didn't accumulate in the lines of my lips. And I went in with a second coat to make this shade opaque. As with a lot of dark liquid lipsticks, it is patchy upon first application, and I dried that with a Demented Smile on my lips again. I increased the Cupid's bow highlight by adding more Lumi pigment with that inner corner brush, and then I used my finger to pat the glowing turquoise shade over the center of my lips, really packing on a fair amount and trying to blend it out a bit around the edges. I cleaned up any stray pigment with a cotton bud and the lip brush. And I helped the blend by awkwardly using the MAC 116 brush around the edge of Lumi. Next I experimented representing that gem on my lips, starting with dabbing the shadow Freak on with my finger, but I removed it from the top lip and just kept it on my lower lip. Then I went to the inner corner brush to create a geometric shape on my lower lip. Taking it to a point, I cleaned up the point with the lip brush and added more Lumi pigment over the center. And I finally went in with the eyeshadow Revolt and placed that on the very center for that nuclear glowing look. So there you go, I'm done and I'm off to the gig. I had a lot of fun with this makeup and enjoyed how it came out because it made me use some different colors together and stretch into some different creative places. The security guard at the gig who checked my ticket said I had some wicked sick lips, so I'd say they have plenty of impact and they were as fun to wear as they were to create. I'm glad I went with the Blue Velvet lipstick because it brings more deep blue into the look and it gives an overall darker feel to the makeup, matching the album cover better. I'm actually thinking of doing a series of makeup looks based on album covers that I really love. You can find all the details for the products used in this tutorial on my blog, linked in the description box with affiliate links too. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me inspired album art makeup. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Also check out my band and podcast on iTunes.
Click the little boxes if you want to see other tutorials of mine. Max.
It was an absolutely awesome gig and I haven't seen Megadeth in quite a while. I was vibrating with excitement and going totally nuts. And you can check out some of the footage here.
Lives our voice in the spirit. It's not time to breathe. It's lost, get down on your knees. Help me meet the real me. I miss this way of life. Dark black past is light. Most valued possession. No means nice telling myself. Credit to dementia.